Hey guys, okay, so I am still a complete mess. I mean, look at me, my nails, my face is still swollen, my tooth feels a little bit better, but I want the swelling to go down now. But I'm still gonna record this vlog. So for you guys, today we're gonna be talking about giving and receiving. In particular, we will be chatting about the law of equivalent exchange. Okay, so why is it important not to be too much of a giver? Because of the law of exchange. Now, I know I have been, like, since when I was little, I was, and I am the eldest child. It was, I took care, like, I had a lot more responsibilities than my brothers did. And what I did for my parents was, like, I was not allowed to have any expectations of getting anything back. So, and plus, I was like, if being my culture, I'm Indian, I'm Punjabi, and being my culture, like, a lot, when you go to people's homes for the first time, usually, like, the parents of the home would give kids money. And I remember when I was little, my parents would not allow us to take the money. So giving, like, receiving something from other people was very much so like, no, but giving to other, like, me giving to other people, like my parents or my grandparents or aunts and uncles at the time when I was young, I was expected to do whatever they wanted me to do. Also, but not for in exchange of anything back. So a lot of the time, people who give a lot, it's also our programming. So, and it's particularly bad programming when you're taught to be more, like, when you're taught to give but not to receive. Now, the reason I wanted to do this vlog is in follow-up of yesterday's vlog, which talked about ungratefulness and people that are ungrateful. I think that's what it was. So, why is it important to have balance between giving and receiving? The law of exchange says that every time you give something, when you give something as a giver, but you kind of close up your channels and don't expect anything back, then the law of exchange, it's not put in motion to its entirety. So, for example, I recently did a little pop-up at the house, and I invited somebody to go ahead and bring over their products and just sell at my house. I did not ask for anything in exchange. So she came, made a shit ton of money, but I didn't ask for anything in exchange. So right away, the law of exchange kind of was nipped in the bud for me, because I didn't have any sort of expectation, which is okay. It's okay. But what happens is when you continue these relationships with people that are used to receiving, the receivers become ungrateful because you're giving so much, and you're not giving yourself the gratitude even you deserve. You're not giving yourself the energy of exchange. It's just give, 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 give. And eventually, what happens to givers is they become burnt out. And burnout will come in the form of like physical ailments or mental health issues, depression. That is the ultimate burnout. And often, like, wives and mothers will experience this as well, because we give so much to our children, our home, our spouses, that sometimes we forget who we are, and that is because we are so used to giving so much. And when you're not used to receiving and all you're doing is giving, you do lose yourself. So, and it's because you're not allowing the law of exchange to be, like, kick itself into motion. You're blocking the law of exchange. Therefore, eventually, over time, you will begin to lose your sense of self just a little bit and a little bit, a little bit more, because your energy channels and your chakras are closed to receiving, which is not a good place to be. The other thing, I just want to talk about kids a little bit. It's really important to also receive from your children. So, I mean, once they're a certain age, like for example, when my son was 8, I started teaching him how to do his laundry. And the reason I did that was because I needed a break from doing everything for him. So I began to put the law of exchange into motion. And what I said to him, I taught him how to do his laundry. And over time, as he became good at doing laundry, he realized he likes doing laundry, but he hates folding clothes. So I started telling him, all right, you do my workout clothes as well. You do my laundry, do your laundry, put it into the dryer. I will fold the laundry. So that's kind of our job, and that's an even exchange between us. It's nice giving and receiving, you see. So it's really important to also teach your children how to give back to you. Ask your child, my arm hurts, can you just like massage my arm or my shoulder a little bit? It's kind of sore. Kids they love doing that stuff for mom. They love it, or dad. So, and those little things are the law of exchange. And plus you're teaching your kids like responsibility or giving, and you're opening them up to giving and not always receiving, which creates gratefulness within the child too. So yeah, this isn't going to be a very long vlog. I think that's about it. It's really important not to give too much, because the receivers will become ungrateful if they're so used to receiving. And just remember that you have to have an equal balance between the giver and the receiver. The minute one has more, the scale of like, the receiver comes up and the receiver comes up and the giver goes down, there is no more equality. This person is going to think they have more power, and they are going to start being in the receiving mode and get used to it and want more and more and more. And what happens to the giver is the energy becomes depleted and depleted and depleted. Therefore, and this happens a lot in marriages too, creating an even bigger gap, here. And the giver is the one that suffers. Like I said, burnout, physical ailments. With me, I started getting huge spots, red spots all over my body. I also start getting like these little white bumps on my body. It's really weird, but I know when that happens to me that I am being burnt out. I am giving too much. I'm just my balance is off. So yeah, it's really important to receive with grace, man. Open up those chakras and you tell God that you, or the universe, whatever, that you are ready. You are open to receive. I'm ready. Come on, let's go. And show that you're ready to receive. And the way you show is you create balance in all aspects of your life. Your work, your kids, your spouse, even your home. If you don't feel like dusting one day, ask your child to do it. Make everything 50-50, giver and receiver. Work on it. Hope that helps. Love you guys. Bye.